5 seconds. 3. Your pencils down at the timer. Excellent job, Makai. Pencils down. Waiting for 2 more pencils to be down and eyes on me. Excellent job. Excellent job. Took you only 5 seconds. Let's see y'all. So I'm going to introduce myself because I don't know me teach this class. My name is Miss Shatoya. I'm also a teacher. I work at Friendship Calverton. You ever heard of that school? Okay, well, I work at that school, but I'm also a student. So I also go to school, and sometimes while I'm at school, we have to, as teachers, we have to teach a class. So that's what your class today, okay? Just want to make sure. Okay, everyone got it? So, can someone answer the first question? Read the first question for me. I love that strong silent hand. Go ahead. A constitution is a written law. Someone up here might write that down first, so everyone has the same answer. And while she's writing it down, who can read the second question for me? Read the second question for me. You right here, Shanta, right? Why wasn't it written? You have the answer. Does anyone have the answer why the Constitution was written? Anyone have a guess of why they think it was written? Oh, I see some guess. So why don't we do this? Shanta, pick another person for me. Can't hear you. Give women the right to vote. That's a good guess, but that's not exactly why the Constitution was written. But that's an excellent choice. Why don't you choose someone else for us to go? To keep things in order? Excellent. So now, can someone build upon that? So he said to keep things in order. Can someone build upon that and get a little more academic language? Why don't you choose someone to help build upon it? Make sure you raise your hands high so we can see your hands. President of the government. Very good. Come on up here and write that for me. And let me ask you another question while I write that down. What do you think these men look like? What do you think these men look like? Who have not heard from today? Somebody else out there. I heard from everybody. power with the types, yes. But in the 1700s, let me ask you a question. In the 1700s, what type of men do you think were in power? Were there poor men in power? Were there wealthy men in power? Were there men without education in power? Go ahead, tell me which men. Wealthy men. Wealthy men that were, now the 1700s, let's see, real list in the 1700s, do you think they were Mexican men? Do you think they were Hispanic men? Do you think they were Asian men? What kind of men do you think they were? Solid men. Right. Right. So, back then, now it's not to say it's anything bad. What happened was, it was the 1700s, those men were in power. So these are wealthy, educated white men. Okay? So I want you to write that down so you understand it. Wealthy, educated, because these were types of men in power. I just want to put that out there so you guys understand that this was a long time ago. And yes, some of these laws may not appeal to every group of people. I love how Tamara, she's writing it down quickly. Julie is definitely writing it down. She's listing it. Great job, Amaya. This side is excellent, excellent. So now we know that our Constitution is a written law. We know leaders thought the colonies should be free from English rule. We know that the president and government wrote this. These are wealthy, educated white men in power. Now, all these men met in one city. I'm going to give you a hint. This city, let me think. How many people listen to music? Do they like music? Do they use it? Oh, they like it? Okay. How many people know what city Meek Mills is from?
Ooh, I'm Philly.
So where do these men meet at? So Philly's pretty historic, right? Even though you know Meek Mill's songs and everything, that's also the city where all these men met to write the Constitution. So I want you to write that down. And we'll put Philly. Philly, Philadelphia, but you know, for respect for people, put Philly. Now, if you were listening to me earlier, I know this one scholar wrote this down. How many colonies are these men from? 13. That's what I'm talking about. This was me earlier. 13 colonies. These men came from the original 13 colonies. Write that right here. I'll do it right. Because I like how you wrote that down. This was me earlier. She took that information I was saying and read the question. So make sure you have that. And once you have written everything down, I want you to take out 2 sheets of paper and everything else should go away. And I'll give you 1 minute to do so. 45 seconds left. Excellent job. 40 seconds. Make sure you're doing that silently. My mistake is not to give those instructions. Turn them out facing silently. Excellent job, Tamara. Facing silent. Excellent job, Marie. Silently quickly. 20 seconds. Mine moving quickly. Taylor's already got it done. She's already ready for us. 10, 9. At 1, you should be facing me. 8, 7, 6, 5. So, today, this is our agenda for today. We also find our objective. Now, the objective is just basically telling what we're going to learn for today. So, have you done everything now? Cross it off? All right. So, can someone read my objective to me? Someone read my objective to me. Someone I have not heard from discussion. We're going to be using academic discussion and gallery walks. Has anyone ever done a gallery walk before? You have? You have? What kind of gallery walks have you done? Let me go. Go ahead, Taylor.
I was on the movie when I was little. So my mother took me something and then we just go around.
Walk around the gallery. Okay, so gallery walk you can also do in the classroom. So, you know how you go to like an art museum or things like that, or you have like an art exhibition and you walk around and look at different art pieces? So we're going to do something like that today. What we're going to do is I'm going to give each group, I'm going to bring ourselves in the group, a poster. And you're going to write about 4 different men. And you're going to be in separate parts of the group. So your group is going to write about these 4 different men. After they're done writing about the 4 different men, we're going to have a seat and we're all going to get up and walk around and look at all the information each group has given us. Does everyone understand that? Now, in case you need a little bit more help on how to gallery walk, well, I'm just so smart, but even though you guys are probably one of the smartest ones, I also wrote how to gallery walk. Who can tell me the first step on how to gallery walk? How to gallery walk. Ashanti, go ahead.
Number 1, write down all of the facts of the subject on the sheet.
So we're going to write down all the facts of your subject on your sheet. Are you writing down the facts of Maurice's subject on your sheet, Ashanti?
No.
Are you writing down the facts? Are you running over to Maurice's sheet like, oh, I know this one, and writing down the facts on his sheet?
No.
Or go to only on your sheet? Number 2. Who can read number 2 for me? Come on, go ahead. Now with the pen, what I mean, sorry, messed up a little bit. No teachers are using things. So, what I mean with the pen, I want you to go. If you agree with something that they wrote written on the paper, I want you to go with the pen and check it off. Like, hey, yeah, I do agree with that. If you don't agree or you're confused about something, you can put an X if you don't agree, or you can also put a question mark, like, I don't really know what's going on. Okay. So, number 3.